Hello, my name's John. These are the Colonial Marine models from Aliens Another Glorious Day in the Court, and you're watching War Games Models and Other Hobbies. Hello, welcome back to another video. Last time you would have seen me making some xenomorphs from Aliens Another
Glorious Day in the Corps. Day in the Marine Corps is like a day on the farm. Every meal's a banquet. Every paycheck a fortune. Every formation a parade. I love the Corps!
And now it's the turn of the Colonial Marines to get built. So in this set, there isn't all of them. We have Gorman, Hudson, Vasquez, Hicks, Frost, and then there's Ripley and Newt. So what I'm going to do is just get started with each of them. We'll have a look at them as I go. There's not many parts for each one. We're looking at the most, about 3 or 4 parts, and then the least probably got 2 parts or so. So I'm going to start with Hicks. So all the bases are named, which is quite nice. So the xenomorphs in this set are made in black plastic, and these ones are made in green plastic, which means you don't have to paint them if you don't want to. I'm planning on painting these, but I'll probably only do that when I've picked up the other sets. So what I want to do first is actually build all of the items from this set, then then have a few playthroughs with the core set to see if it's worth getting the other sets. I mean, the models in the other sets are fantastic. I really like them. But times being what they are, I can't afford just to buy all of them without knowing I'm going to do something with them. So I'm going to need a new blade on this scalpel soon. I cut some tape with it. Actually, it would have been the last video when I did an unboxing, and that's gummed up the blade quite a bit. Okay, so these are quite small models, these ones, but there is a lot of detail on them, and if I ever do paint them, that will be quite a nice little paint job to do on all of them. Okay, so looks like the names go at the back of the character. So let's get some glue on here. And I will just dab a little bit of glue to make sure they're held in place there. So they're nice and easy to put together, these. They're not overly complicated. So if you are new to building models, it's actually quite a nice set, especially if you like aliens. You will need some glue to hold them together. They don't just push fit. And as always, I need to be a bit patient when I'm putting these together. Hicks's model, he is holding a... Let's get that close to the camera. He's holding a shotgun.
I'd like to keep this handy for close encounters.
And he has that for close encounters. Okay, so there is Hicks. Let's move on to the next one on the list. The next one on the list is Ripley. There we go. So let's get the base off first. So the xenomorphs were really fun to put together. After the video, I ended up building the rest of them. So I've got quite a lot of xenomorphs now. And I know you can get, as one of the expansions, a whole box worth of xenomorphs. So in the game itself, there must be the need for lots of the xenomorphs, as there's one per colonist.
How many are there? How many colonists?
I don't know, 60, maybe 70 families.
It's going to be quite a few. These models are really quite nice to put together. Like I said, if you're new to model kits, they're not overly complicated. The other benefit with this set is they're not too big either. So I have seen there's foam inserts for the box itself to put things in, which might be a route to go down when and if I get around to painting them. Okay, there is a headless Ripley. Let's get the head in place. And I've gone and put that on without cleaning up the bottom of the head where it was connected to the sprue. So let's sort that out. And now let's put the head on. That's better. Okay, so there is Ripley. And there's actually, it's not a bad likeness actually. As small as the model is. So there we've got now Hicks, Ripley. Next one is Gorman.
This is Lieutenant Gorman of the Colonial Marine Corps.
So I think Gorman is one of the ones with the fewest pieces, as he is holding a pistol, but that part is moulded with his head. I really do have to change this blade. I'm just going to change this blade, hang on. There we go. Oh, much better. That just takes off those mould lines very quickly. Although, as you've probably seen in my other videos, I don't really mind about mould lines, because at the end of the day, it is a moulded model. Okay. Okay then, let's... So yeah, Aliens is one of my favourite films, as one of my favourite film franchises. So I'm really looking forward to trying this game out. Right, so that's Gorman. The next one is Newt. So apologies if this isn't in focus while I'm kind of cutting the pieces. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see this actually. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna, same with Gorman, I'm gonna stick her hand in place before I put them on the base. That is a tiny little fiddly bit. So Newt isn't armed with anything. She's just giving a salute. Okay. So there is Newt. Let's move her to one side, and the next one is Hudson, and Hudson is one of my favourite characters. Bill Paxton was a fantastic actor in my mind. Let him rest in peace. Yeah, he was in lots of iconic roles when I was growing up, in a lot of the films that I watched. But yeah, let's not dwell on the sadness of his passing a while ago. Let's enjoy those moments that he gave us. It's got his motion tracker here. Let me zoom in so you can see it while I put it together. So yeah, I believe in the other sets, the expansion packs for this game, you end up with all of the Marines, as well as Bishop the android, Burke the company man. Then there is, I think there's one with a power loader and the Queen alien. That is one that I'd really quite like to get. And then I think there's the dropship crew as well, or another one. I can't remember off the top of my head, but okay. So there is Hicks.
What is it, Hicks?
Hudson, sir. He's Hicks.
What's the question?
Keep on going down the line. Only 2 left to do, so let's go for Vasquez. So rather than a pulse rifle, Vasquez has the smart gun. Which, if you've seen my last video when I unboxed a prop, talked about a part of that prop that was used in the pulse, not the pulse rifle, the smart gun. I actually have it here next to me. I will be doing another video on this, but here is unpainted, that item. Let me just chuck that on screen so you can see it in action. But yeah, I'll leave links to the previous Aliens videos that I've done in the description. If it's something that you're interested in and you'd like me to do more of it, I'm quite happy to do so. I mean, why wouldn't I? It's an awesome film. And it's quite nice doing other hobby related things other than Warhammer. I love Warhammer, don't get me wrong, but I do like to venture out into all the other hobbies that I have. And although I do love Warhammer, it does get a little bit samey now and again. So it's nice to have a palate cleanser of something else. Okay. So let's have a look at how this... Okay, so I think the arm and part of the support goes on first. This is the one drawback with these models. Being so tiny, there isn't as many obvious locator points that you'd have on larger models. So, I mean, I might have even put that in the wrong... Oh no, there we go, that's okay. I'm just going to run a little bit of glue behind there and along there. But yeah, because they are so small, it can cause a few issues. Right, so I'm gonna run some glue there, run some glue there, around on the arm, and then put that on like that. And there we have Vasquez with the smart gun. Okay, let's zoom out again. Final one for this. We have Frost with the flame unit. So there's a few more parts with Frost. He's got the flame unit, his body, the head, and his base. Okay, let's just tidy these up. So what I'll do at the end of the video, like I normally do, is I'll put some photos of each of the models, just so you can get a little bit of a better idea about what they look like. I'll put a picture as well with a ruler in it, so you get to see actually how big these are, because they are quite tiny. Okay, let's zoom in again. Is that too for now? That's okay. Right, let's get the base on here first. Okay, it doesn't matter if I put the head or the flame unit on first, so let's start with the flame unit. So it's quite nice. In this kind of the basic set, the starter set, you get one of every weapon that the Colonial Marines carry. There we go. Oops, sorry, that's out of focus. Let me just zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's have a quick look at each of these. Like I said, I'll put photos at the end anyway, but we'll have a quick look. So there we have Hicks with shotgun. Here we have Ripley with a pulse rifle. Gorman with a pistol. Newt giving a salute. Hudson with a pulse rifle and motion tracker. Vasquez with the smart gun. And finally Frost with the flame unit. So there we have the 7 Marine models you get with this set. If I do pick up the other ones, I'll do some videos of the making of as well. I want to do a gameplay video as well, so if you'd like to see that, drop a comment and I'll make sure I get around to doing that sooner rather than later. Like I said, I'm going to leave links to the other Aliens videos in the description. At the end of this video there's going to be some photos of these close up so you can get a good look. But for now, I'd just like to say thank you to all of my new subscribers, it's much appreciated. Thank you to everyone else who's tuned in. But for now, my name's John.
We're on express elevator to hell, going down.
And you've been watching War Games, Models, and Other Hobbies.